Holy donkeys, it's noon again. I guess I was really tired. Man. That's what it looks like out there. And my cord is gonna drop, I think. I hear a little ding. Oh. Oh. Yeah, it's Sunday. I'm still shaking my head and rolling my eyes. I know I shouldn't think about it, but God, Kim is very immature. And the secretary had said that too. And I read off the chat to the secretary. And I go, doesn't that sound like she's angry? And she goes, yes, that does. God, I just can't believe how immature she is. She's gonna turn like 48 this year, and she acts like an 8-year-old. It's like, her behavior is like, oh, if Nora doesn't want me to be my worker, I'm gonna block her on Facebook. You know? God, I just can't believe it. Still can't believe it. Jeez. Very, very immature of her. Jeez Christ. But then again, like I said, she was becoming toxic for me anyway. You know? And like I said too, if you are afraid to ever speak your mind to someone, thinking, oh, there might be over opinionated, saying, oh, it's not my fault, and da 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 da, and your feelings are not going to be justified, then yeah, they're toxic. So, and you know something, I'm just slightly nervous for my new person that replaces her, but you know, I hope Kim's boss does a good background check or something on that person, you know, make sure they're not late and tardy and doesn't steal and do drugs and stuff, because I don't want to have another person that acts like Kim, or you know, or Suzanne, you know. Especially no one who acts like Suzanne. You know. Don't get me started with that story. If you don't know Suzanne story, yeah. Whew, I left the window open. That feels so good. But yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Have something to eat. Okay. Alright, I'm heating up turkey dinner from Quick Trip. Anyway, two things. I had found Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the new one. I have the old one too, but this is one I was really wanting to watch again. Because, you know, Sean Murphy from The Good Doctor is in there. And later on, either today or tomorrow or something, I am gonna watch that. And yeah, it's like no matter how many hours of sleep I have, I still feel tired. I'm like, what in God's name? I think the doctor's office has to run like a blood test on me to make sure I'm still okay with my vitamin D or something, because I just don't feel motivated to do anything. You know, that's another frustration I have right now. So, I want to do stuff like clean. I really, really do, but God, I don't feel motivated. I just feel fucking ass tired. And it's like every other day I feel like that. You know? What in God's name? But yeah, as I was like saying about cleaning, if I do clean, it's like I clean for like 5 minutes, sit down and rest, and then clean, sit down and rest. I'm like ADD with it, you know. But that's just me, because I don't want to have my back hurt or, you know, get overheated or something. So that's another thing I'm worried about with the new worker. She'd be like, come on, come on, come on, get going, you know. Like you said, no, get going, you know, like that, stuff like that. But I want someone who would understand me, you know, and not be like that. And yeah, so, alright, my thing is gonna shut off soon. So, after when that is eaten, I'm gonna run the dishwasher, because I'm down to 1 fork remaining in the drawer. So later, if you hear noise, that's why. It's a little noisy. It stops being noisy here and there, but during the rinse cycle, but then it gets really loud.
That gets close. I was exhausted. I couldn't tell exactly what was going on. I thought I was maybe having a heart attack, but I didn't have any pain.
Overcome by a wave of violent emotions, Jeffrey then has a powerful urge to visit the gift shop.
I felt compelled to go there. I threw a magazine on the counter. I said, I want this, and it was a Civil War quarterly magazine on Antietam. To this day, I don't understand what exactly happened.
For the next 18 months, Jeffrey's life returns to normal. Then in the cooling chamber, where it will reach minus 196 degrees. Best believes this will preserve these bodies for hundreds or perhaps thousands of years. But what?
Are you seeing this rich dip? 2 for $7.
Why?
It seems to me as if you're preserving all the material there, that some future technology is going to be able to figure out a way to get that all fixed and going again. It's reasonable to think that nanomachines can restore the person to their original condition.
I'll get extra stuff later. I guess this is okay, but I gotta figure out why. Alright guys, so earlier I heard from Kim's replacement. Their name is Nancy, and they said they're 57 years old. I want to show her how I do the hyperlapse once we clean, you know. I'll probably show her a sample of my video when I'm like vacuuming or something. I still haven't vacuumed the other half of my living room. Oh my god. And so it's just going to be a getting to know you day tomorrow. She's going to meet with me up in my apartment. And Dad wants me to sign something to go into the mail or something. I need a signature on something, he said. And I could pick up my tax form for school to finish my FAFSA form. And I could pick up my money for this week, too. But I gotta make sure if that's okay with Nancy. So, I'll tell her more about me and the story with Suzanne. Don't get me started. She used me as a friend. She was like a worker like this, and she used me as a friend. She used my dad, and well, what was happening was she would come late or have a no-show. She stood me up on my birthday when she said she would be here, you know, and stuff like this, and take me out. I was very, very upset about that. I was gonna say the fuck with her. I'm done with her that day. And then my gut was like saying give her another chance, and my dad is like saying give her another chance, and whatever. So it got worse and worse and worse. And later she was doing drugs or something, and I believe that she stole my Zoloft from me. I'll tell you that later. And while she was on drugs, one of her boyfriends picked me up from Goodwill when I was working there, and I was like minding on my own business. This was back in March 2010, March 9th to be exact. I have that on video. March 9th, 2010. I was minding my own business, and when I shut off my camera, she's like, "Hey, Nora, look, breast milk." And I had no idea what she was talking about, and the topic wasn't boobs or nothing. And I turned around, and she flashed me her boob. I was so disgusted by that, you know, and disturbed by that. I let it go, and then once she's like giving me the cold shoulder all the time later on, she's like, "Don't text me anymore, da-da-da," and stuff like that. I have it all on my video playlist, where I'm reading the full story. And anyway, and after that, after when I said, "Well, fine, I don't want you to message me or my dad either," you know, I told my caseworker, at that time that I think it was Heather or something, not Jordan, but Heather or some other name. I had so much people at that time during the years, you know, whatever. Just say it was Heather, okay? Anyway, I told Heather, what went on, and she was disgusted and disturbed by how she flashed me her boob. And before that time, before I told Heather, Susanna's like, "Oh, don't tell your dad, he'll get mad. It was just a joke, let it go. It was just a joke." You know, being manipulative. Okay. But still, Heather was disturbed about that. She contacted Suzanne's boss from Nicolay Staffing, and what Suzanne's boss did, she contacted Madison, Wisconsin's caregiver place, and she says, "Put this lady on, you know, what is it called?" Well, anyway, she had her name on the list where it says, "Don't have this lady be a caregiver ever in the state of Wisconsin." So that's what you get when you fuck with me. And that's what you get when you be naughty like that. So, I think it's chapter 8 on my playlist or something. So this is my sound of my dishwasher. Nice and noisy, huh? If I don't grab the stuff out of it and place it in anything, like in my drawers or whatever, because it's too hot. I'm not the only one. Alright.
Not in this case. It's not impossible. Not that I really believed I was going to ace that exam.
Still, for some reason, Mr. Cullen seemed sure I could do it. And if he believed it, well, maybe anything was possible. No. But it wasn't all hard work. There was something more. It was the man himself. I liked him. I was getting to know him, and he was getting to know me.
It's about your mother. What do you remember about her? Yeah, she's dead. She was a loser. Heroin addict. She died of AIDS, and she had the virus when she was pregnant. And the virus. You're healthy because you've been taking medication.
Dr. Corday, surgical consult, please. Damn poor. I'll be back. Just give me the number.
Excuse me, I'm looking for Dr. Corday.
Are you Janet? Yes. Elizabeth Corday.
Oh, hi.
We expect him very soon.
How's Tom doing?
Quite well, I understand. Apparently no one was hurt in the landing.
What landing?
It's just something minor with a helicopter.
Oh, how long have you two been engaged? 3 years. So you're not in the helicopter?
No, in an ambulance. My goodness, 3 years. That seems like a long time.
Right after you gave me the ring you got before.
They were worse when you were having a heart attack.
Okay, I'm having beef marlot. Merlot, or however you pronounce it. See?
Yeah, chop. Yeah, I heard about you teenagers. They're so young.
It's pretty rough.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
I knew at that moment that he wasn't there at that performance, clearly, because if he was there, I would have been dead. He got control of me at that moment. He won. Like, he did it, and I knew I had to do something about this. So I went to the FBI, I wore a business suit, I looked as professional as possible, so that they could take me seriously.
That made me understand.
And I hope you never get contacts. Because you don't need them.
Mom wasn't breaking my heart. She was breaking Paul's. Without breaking it.
I guess I better go. I had a great time. Thank you. Me too. Thanks,
And in that moment, I began to realize
Yeah, within the hour I'm gonna go to bed. I'm just feeling so exhausted. I could go to bed now, but I'm gonna stay awake for a little longer. And yeah, you know what I was told, I already knew this. You don't even have anybody flash you their privates, like their boobs, to be funny either, because, for example, if a friend does that to me, that's wrong too, okay? So that's like a form of sexual harassment. That's what my therapist said, and that's what my caseworker said too back in the day. Okay, so nobody should flash their privates to anybody, because that's not right, you know. And I believe that there was something mentally wrong with Suzanne too, not just a Kim. Because I believe Kim's mental health has been going downhill for a while because I felt like I wouldn't be justified by my feelings with her when I would speak up, you know. So, like I said earlier about that, if you feel that way towards your friend too, that means they're toxic. If they're saying, oh, it's not my fault, and I'm sorry, and, you know, excuses after excuses, then, you know, your feelings are justified, you know. It's like you gotta say that was rude and please don't do it again. And if they say, okay, I won't, and if they don't do it again, then they don't do it again. But if it continues, then you have to say, okay, you're late for the second time, what's up? This is your last warning with me. I told you don't do that. Okay, you gotta speak up like that, you know. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna watch that Weird or What, excuse me, episode. It's about ghosts now, so, and I'll unload the dishwasher.
Transferred the soul of the artist who was in torment, and it's now. It is rare to have blood mixed into an painting, for example, but that has happened around the world. There are lots of different examples in cultures, especially around the world. And animal blood, as to paint with, possibly by using his own blood, and the fact that he was in torment at the time of painting it, all that of this man could actually be living in the painting and then, you know, being released.
We were watching a movie and the door sort of just moved, but and then this thing just wafted into the lens and stood in the middle of the lens, something at it. Didn't move forward, just disappeared. And we just sort of looked at each other and what was that?
The encounter's become so frightening, Alan and his wife consider leaving. But they've invested too much in the house to simply abandon it. So they stay. It's a decision they'll regret.
Earthquakes actually...
N41.
And that's one of the ways that satellites pick up where earthquakes...
V6. G56. Round over.
He was confused, hallucinating, bumped into things, or scared of what was happening, and started flailing around. Maybe he hurt himself in some way.
Did carbon monoxide gas poison Alan Bennett's mind? Could post-traumatic stress be responsible for attacks? Or was a demonic spirit released by a seismic shockwave? Weird.
Alright, I'm gonna get ready for bed now. So, sorry if some of you think I'm not making any sense for what I talk about, but I did try to explain everything. Oh, good Lord, I've been tired since the time I woke up. It is not funny. But yeah, I'm uploading my 2012 video right now. It's almost done uploading, 2 minutes left. And so, everything is locked up. My door is locked, I see, and I'm going to take my antidepressant and just go to bed, okay? I should unplug my computer. So, come on, Yee. Come on, Piglet. Oh. Yeah, I am so tired, it's not funny. I'm gonna write an email to my doctor asking what could be wrong. It's like, geez Louise. gonna only play 2 videos in the background. Okay. So, that looks pretty where I'm standing. Look at that. Alright. Catch you later. Alright, I'm all ready now. I'm gonna just go to sleep. Okie dokie. So, see ya when I see ya. Oh, and I must add, it was only Suzanne that showed me her boob. Okay? Kim's problems were tardiness, and for me not standing up for myself, saying, what the hell, you know, don't be full of excuses, don't do this, you know, stuff like that. I understand traffic might be an issue too some of the days. And I would expect for the future if somebody would say, I'm going to be late because of the traffic, I'm in the middle of a traffic. You know, like if there's like problems with a police car pulling somebody over, or like, you know, avoiding an accident that just happened, stuff like that. I would want somebody to say, I'm gonna be a little late, like about 5 or 10 minutes, because there has been an accident on this highway or whatever, stuff like that. That I would appreciate, but when I was trying to get a hold of Kim, there was no answer, and I was like thinking, what the hell, and, you know. So, it was only Suzanne that flashed me the boob. And anyway, I keep forgetting to tell you, I have like this, what was it, a Snicker bar, but it was like cookie dough flavoring. I'm gonna taste test that probably either tomorrow or Tuesday. Okay, so that's something new I found in the store when I was shopping with Dad, okay, when I was out shopping. But I did see it advertised on Facebook, so yeah.